Puerto Rican Hebraic writing. Somebody told me this was a real thing. I thought they were crazy. Loco. Then when I went down to the caves to actually check it out here in Puerto Rico, what we found was rather astonishing. Because upon closer look and examination, start to see that each continent is connected through a common language or through common characters or paleo writings or groups of writings that we find on each island. When you go down this cave, which is connected to the ocean basically, you're going to find a lot of these writings. They're going to match up with the paleo. It's absolutely wild. When I started to compare a lot of these writings, they were absolutely like identical to the paleo. Not the modern day Hebrew, but the original Hebrew. A whole bunch of crosses, tovs, a whole bunch of shins. Even see the character hey, where a man is holding his hands up. It's a character of a man. I could see why they don't want people to actually know their own history, why they wouldn't want Puerto Ricans to know that they are Hebrews. Now remember, can a nation be built in a day, my friends? No, it cannot. Neither were you guys. Information, your history didn't start in 1492. Information has been around since basically almost the beginning of time. This place is so historic. That's the letter hey that I was talking about earlier. But there's so much here in the island or on the island of Puerto Rico.
Sería un nuevo sistema en las Américas donde no existe nada parecido a esto, y yo creo que abonaría elementos para algo que nosotros llevamos viendo hace tiempo, y el hecho de que las sociedades indígenas de Puerto Rico y el Caribe tenían un conocimiento mucho más complejo el que nosotros le habíamos atribuido previamente. O sea, el hecho de que ya ellos estuvieran dominando el sistema, que estuviera documentando o modificando gráficamente información de manera análoga como nosotros lo hacemos ahora, pues demuestra que el arribo de la escritura con los españoles aquí no es la primera instancia donde sistemas como ese se pudieran emplear, sino que ya los indígenas habían desarrollado esto o se había registrado esto en tiempos precolombinos en Puerto Rico mucho antes de que llegaran aquí a invadirlo los españoles.
Puerto Ricans are mentioned in the Bible. That Puerto Ricans are referred to as Ephraim in the Bible, or the son of Joseph. And the Bible says that Ephraim in the end times will lead and help to join the nations together. Now that Puerto Ricans are waking up to the fact that America really just doesn't like them or care or respect or provide for the people who provide for them, now you guys can take your time and your energy and you can put it into a peoples that actually appreciate and respect the fruit of your labor. Because remember, the blessing Ephraim was given was a fruitful bow. A fruitful bow means to be able to go forth and multiply and be good at whatever you do. Remember, America has been sabotaging and taking advantage of the Puerto Rican peoples, their kindness, their work ethic, their labor. You guys have been worked like Hebrew slaves, might I say. Hibario? So something's starting to add up when we take a look at what Borican means. Boricua equals land of the brave lords. Joseph was the lord, or he was the king, same thing, of Egypt. Now remember, there's the northern kingdom of Egypt, there's the southern kingdom of Egypt. There's the northern kingdom of Israel, there's the southern kingdom of Israel. You have the East Indies, the East indigenous, and then you have the West indigenous. And you take a look at the root word of that, Indios, you're like, man, this entire culture is saturated with spiritual meaning. Just like how you say El Jake. El equals a representation of a lord, hence the land of the lords. So when people see you in the Spanish culture, they're going to say, oh, Buenos Dias, El Jake. That's right. Thank you for that title. Thank you for putting El before my name. I appreciate that. You guys have kept the culture much better than these other cultures. And you guys actually notice the masculine versus the feminine. You guys don't really have too much of a, fine line between the two, the way that America and the American school system has done. You guys see, okay, This is a man. This is a woman. This is the culture. Keep it that way. And anybody who's trying to change it, hey, give them the death penalty. Why? I would never mess. I would never even think to touch or to go against another man's family. Here in Puerto Rico, you might get put underneath the ocean. This is no joke. These people might gather their pitchforks and their lanterns, and they might just stand up for what they know is right. Even if they know they're going to be disciplined, they're still going to stand up. And that's the difference between America, the majority of most Americans, and the Latin countries. The Latin countries, they will stand up for what's right. They ain't going to let you take away their familia. But hey, CPS, all those three-letter agencies in America, hey, come take my kids. If you try to do that with a Spanish family, you're probably going to end up dealing with something different than what you deal with the American families.